At times, he traveled with companions like Theseus or Iolaus, depending on the telling, and each tale adds its own color to the voyage. But Hercules, as always, remained the towering center of the storm, calm in his power, determined in his mission. When he arrived at Themyscira, Hercules did not storm its gates with sword drawn. He approached the Amazonian camp with diplomacy, and to his surprise, Queen Hippolyta greeted him not with hostility, but with curiosity. The demigod's fame had traveled far and wide, and she, a warrior of honor, respected his name. After speaking to him, hearing of his labors, and learning of his quest, Hippolyta offered to give the girdle willingly. She saw no shame in giving it to a man who had conquered lions and hydras, giants and madness. Perhaps in her own way she admired him, but where admiration bloomed, jealousy slithered in the shadows. Hera, the queen of Olympus, watched all this unfold with bitter eye. She had long despised Hercules, the illegitimate son of her husband Zeus, and each labor he completed only inflamed her fury. She would not allow this ninth task to end peacefully. Taking the form of an Amazon herself, Hera slipped into the encampment and whispered venomous lies that Hercules intended to kidnap their queen, enslave their sisters, and lay waste to their land. The Amazons, stirred by fear and rage, gathered their weapons and stormed toward Hercules' ship. He saw their war-painted faces, their raised spears, their snarling horses, and realized the tide had turned. A battle he had not wanted was now unavoidable. Thinking he had been betrayed, he fought back with fury and sorrow. Amidst the chaos, blades clashed and cries filled the air. And then, in the frenzy, Hippolyta herself fell. Whether she fought or was caught in the crossfire, no tale can agree, but her death marked a tragedy born of divine manipulation. When the dust settled and silence replaced screams, Hercules stood amidst the carnage, the golden girdle clutched in his bloodied hand. The cost was heavy, but the labor was complete. He boarded his ship once more and returned to Tiryns, presenting the girdle to Eurystheus as command. The king was satisfied. His daughter admired the pride. Yet Hercules said nothing of the truth, of a queen's honor, of a goddess's lie, of the needless death sown by Olympian pride. He carried it with him in silence, one more weight among many in the burden of a hero.